clip and
I think they watched the same game.
Oh, damn it. Anyways, flamethrower strat.
He had gone. 4M gone.
This through into the top 4. Holy cow, this gets even more interesting.
Interesting is the name of the game today, considering that themselves in good positions. They're currently looking at a possible top 4.
No,
if they can beat KZ here.
Mame
Mame on the flamethrower himself.
BFR
with
Titan.
YTR on BFR. We're not even going to see a KS from them. The big hitter right now in the meta not being bought. Will that come back to haunt them? I've got a very strong feeling the answer to that question is possibly yes.
You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Like, that is the most outlandish strat. And then to add insult to injury, Anno running M11, so it's not even the XP that is the more dominant light weapon at the
LH.
moment. Yeah, or LH1, yeah. It's the M11. This is crazy. Genuinely, this is crazy. Also to note, YTR got the 2025 TGM skin. He was at the major. You could only get those when you're at the major.
There you go.
How have we not bumped into each other?
YTR is also too busy sticking his head over the side of the building that he needs to keep himself alive on, and taking a lot of damage. Saying that, though, it has forced a little bit of overzealousness from KZ. They've dived on up and taken a lot of damage. Yuchi has been hurt to the point where he's had to disengage. Everyone else has joined him. Agan's gone down. Vault yet to be tapped because they just want to play the height. As soon as you tap this, you're in a rough situation because they know where you are. They're going to dive on you. But for Yuchi, it's business as usual. Right around, have a bit of a look. See what information you can gather. This is why the invisibility has been so strong. RPG comes out, but that flamethrower pushes away Huli Rice. It's actually going to collect him there with the burn after he goes down to a gun. So a 1-for-1 trade heavies-wise. We've still got 2 lights in play. Make that one. Anno goes down. YTR. BFR to the front of the skull, and it's a 1v1. Shaq 50, though. A little bit more DPS. We're finally going to get a tap.
Finally we get the tap, but how much damage has King Zero taken? AKA, they've taken all of it. Are they even going to get the res in time? Yeah, they are going to get the reses in, but they'll only be able to get them up as they spawn in. Matter of fact, Mame's roster is going to get in before King Zero got all their players up. That's crazy to say.
It's a weird one, but mind you, they have managed to walk away with that box somehow. And, well, I say somehow, without getting punished in the mini side. They did have Hanabi hot on their toes. We keep having seen Mame pop up. I'm not sure why. But I do apologise for the confusion. It's getting us as much as it's getting you guys as well. Yuchi goes down earlier. Gone. Now left in the fray. Mame low. YTR low. Their healing orb has been taken away, and they just can't quite get through this shield. They've spotted the first. Passive healing on the other, but it's not enough. Ultimately, Agan's Pyro Mine will be what finishes it off. And KZ. That's another team fight in the books.
Hard site to push. Not as hard as going to hospital, but it is on the same level. Again, open space that if you just situate, which Yuchi is going to demonstrate to us really well, situate yourself up here. You have sightline over the gaps, and then of course you've got to cross over those gaps, which involves you jumping and being vulnerable in the air. So this is going to be a stall, knowing that Yuchi has range with the LH1. The KS has got some good range as well as a shotgun. And if we had Cthulhu back here, he would explain exactly why that gun has so much range. But he's not here. He's watching on the sidelines. We love you, Cthulhu. Nonetheless, yay, we got the name. Oh, I'm Blue Panda, yeah. Can't forget him. Shout out him. Shout out him.
Shout out LFL, man. All the guys. Always have to give them some love. They're watching in the BC right now. I can see them sitting in there. But they are top 16 gamers. We do really appreciate their efforts. Mind you, we've also got to appreciate Hanabi's efforts right now. They're trying their best with the flamethrower, but it isn't quite getting them where they need to be. Lockbolt connects, and The flames come up through the roof. A lot of damage onto Yuchi, but ultimately no kill. This attempted steal being made now. Mame does find one. Yuli Rice really low. Agan as well is looking pretty hurt, but it doesn't matter. Time is not on their side. They almost get that full wipe. Agan has been hit. They can't quite see him at the moment, but they will find him in the end. Anno locks it in, and ultimately, Hanabi, they finally win a team fight. You've got to give them that, but at what cost? They did not get Vault 1.
Hanabi, yeah, they win the fight once they got to that. Once they got CQB, which is what their whole setup is designed for. They were brilliant. Fantastic. The flamethrower doing truckload of damage, and it is essentially spray damage that comes from it. So they need to create situations that benefit that flamethrower, because it's, as much as we joke around and say, oh, it's a flamethrower, Habani's bringing out a flamethrower, it's so funny, there is some strategy that can be used from it. You just have to force King Zero to walk into these traps, to walk into CQB environments, which would be brilliant if they can put them towards the officers. They can push them in that direction. It would be a godsend.
It would be. But they need to be in the driving seat for one of these vaults. Not only do they have to pop it, they then have to run it. And in doing so, they need to avoid a team fight with KZ. But the way that they have themselves set up right now, they want to opt for that team fight. They either want to get them to go to box so they can kill them on the way as they jump over, or they want to find them early here and take them out before they have the chance to do so. Sonar comes forward. RPG doesn't hit previously, which is bad. A little bit of damage, and I literally mean a tiny bit of damage with the flamethrower and lockbolt. Not much at all. In fact, I think it was only the lockbolt that actually did damage. Mame takes more than he deals. And ultimately, both teams disengage for now. It's going to be another back to the drawing board moment. No one wants to get too overzealous. This is coming down to the strategy side of the playbook now. They're not going to give too much away if they don't have to.
Sonar grenade revealing positions. Now they know that the Japanese roster wants to stay hidden inside the crevice. CQB is going to be the lifeline that they have to bring forward. And King Zero are aware of that, hence why they're playing height. Bit of map control, map presence, but at the same time not falling into that flamethrower, which has been catching them off guard more than we respectfully give. King Zero, they're both teams really just playing time. They don't have to push. This is going to be a long game, Proto.
It is. Well, all of the 12 minutes and 45 seconds that are left. But it ultimately is going to come down to who makes the first mistake. We've seen this on multiple occasions across multiple regions, Americas, EU, everything in between. The first person to go down and ultimately the team to then capitalize off that first death and or chunk of damage is the one that will come out victorious. And there you go. First mistake made. YTR found and taken out. Agan dives straight on down. Opens the door for KZ to collapse. Do they choose to follow, though? Yuchi's in a great position. The heavies are both getting involved, but they hear that revive. They now know that it's going to be a team fight. RPG, again, not connecting for much. Ultimately, KZ throwing utility down the drain, but they know they can win the head-on gunfight, so they're opting to do just that.
I'm not surprised that no push came from it, and that's caught out in the
Hold
open.
on.
That's the trap we were talking about. The flame doing a good amount of damage, but unfortunately, Shield able to keep themselves up. Hooli Rice getting a good turn, getting YTR down, and the Yuji again gargoyling over the top, overseeing what's happening, but they need to be careful because Mame.
Oh, come on.
Can
He's
he
trying to hit the
climb
jumps.
off the side? No, Hooli Rice will find it, and there's the wipe.
Finally. It only took almost 2 minutes. 3 minutes even. But
Try 4.
at the end of the day, yeah, I was going to say closer to maybe even 4. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst outcome in the world. Again, we spoke about it. You have to wait for that mistake. In a head-to-head, time is of the essence. And what I mean by that is that the more you can do while everybody is dead, the better. They've retrieved the box, they've plugged the box. You're now counting down valuable seconds that they do not have, the other team do not have, to attack that box. We're looking at possibly 10. In a 2-minute time period, 10 or 20 seconds can be the difference. between a win and a loss, especially when it comes to the final 10 or 20 seconds. Mind you, do we see that come to this matchup? Sonar goes out. Great information. It's got things on all three. They know they don't need to get in too deep right now, but they've sent one down for an early bit of information. Hooli Rice wants to hit an RPG. Once again, not connecting. Third time's the charm here for them. And has to back out quickly. Good damage, but a great position from Yuchi. He's not even been seen. That's one. Very quick kill on Namame. Absolutely removing him from this gunfight. Looking for a second. It's going to be another and a full wipe. Hanabi's gone.
Wow. Get things done, and Dustin Hanabi really questioning what just happened, how they lost that. This is a site that benefits them. It's a site that works for them. But they have to find a new strategy, a new way. And especially as half the time's already gone. Minute left. Not even that. 45 seconds left on the clock. 45 seconds to pull the greatest steal of their life.
I think that's a bit of an understatement. They're going to have to do something pretty insane. The first RPG of the game to hit for Hooli Rice finally connects. He takes down Arno. And it really doesn't leave much to be desired here, unfortunately, for Hanabi. They've got a winch to pull it away. Explosion comes out. Flamethrower to attempt to deny. And yeah, there's not really anything left to write there, unfortunately. KZ are going to lock in a spot in the finals, but at the last possible moment, to not go without note, they are your fourth member in our top four. But enough. And ultimately, it punished them in the end. They didn't have that damage output.
I think if you change the flamethrower to the KS, and it is still relevant, it is still a strong weapon. However, flamethrower, we joke about it. There is method to the madness. I think it's more towards these cash outs. You got to make changes. You got to change things up. But nonetheless, Hanabi, we said, will join 4 Angry Men at that 5th spot position guaranteed. But we look at our final 4. All you have to do is just look at our